Hi, and welcome to Happy Hour with Cooper. It's Friday, and time for a drink. You'll see that now that our tasting room is open for business for pouring, I will be able to use bottles that were open during the day. We are being, COVID sensitive, so the bottles don't touch like glasses that have been touched by people. So you'll see that I'm gonna pour myself a glass. And then this is going to go away and not get touched by me again until I wipe it down or by anybody else. So we're super careful. And yeah, I just got distracted, sorry. By this delicious rosé. So today the theme is Pinot Noir. We have our rosé and then we have our Pinot Noir Reserve. Just highlighting the fantastic differences that Pinot Noir can give. Hi Paul, hi Jeff, my regulars. It's nice to see you guys. Faithful every week, that's so great to hear. So this week, I guess it's just business as usual. We're going back to kind of our old school after all the changes we did for our auction week. Thank you so much for joining in an auction. I don't know if we said, but we did raise over $10,000 for the food bank, which is really, really, really cool. $12,000 for the food bank. Oh, well. Guys, you rock. I'm so proud of you guys. Like honestly, I was brought to tears almost at the end of the show last night with how wonderful you guys were. So thank you again. And so we're gonna get on with being our wonderful, awesome selves and hanging out and doing stuff. Just to get a little bit of, I guess, the business out of the way. The rosé and the Riesling and the Pinot Noir and the Cab Franc, all the classics, are on sale for 11th anniversary. It's $11 off a case of any of those, or a mixed case that has 3 bottles of each of those. That $11 is on top of any club membership. So that's a really good deal for those of you who are club members, and it's a really good deal for those of you who aren't. I'm super excited to see. Hi, Mother. Okay, so now the regulars are here. We're just waiting for Rhonda, and we've got the old guard. Who else is on? And please tell me if you're new, or even if you're not, where you're from. I like to know if people are tuning in and where they're tuning in from, and I can kind of get a demographic. It's kind of cool, and maybe I know whose couches to stay on once COVID is over and I'm traveling the country. I might be joking, might not be. At least one of those is my mother, so I'm allowed to stay on her couch. So this is probably time 3 on the rosé. I think I'm a little bit of a rosé nerd, but just to bring people up to speed, this is a Pinot Noir rosé. So I did want to talk more about what that does and what Pinot Noir is. As long as you feed me wine, Jeff, I'll help you build your shed. I work for wine. And Jackie says I need to earn my keep. You guys are on fire today, that's fantastic. So Pinot Noir, not in Canada, it is gaining, I guess, footprint as a rosé grape. But it has not been widely done as a rosé in the past. Rosés tend to be a lot of different ones. France likes to do Grenache and Syrah a lot. Actually, so does Spain. They just call it Garnacha. So we do see Shiraz or Syrah, and we do see Cab Sauv rosés. We see Merlot rosés a lot. I can't quite tell if I'm in the right place. But Pinot Noir, while isn't super common, it does definitely provide a wonderful bouquet when it's a rosé. We're really lucky. This rosé is 100% Lillooet grown, which is really damn cool. traditional rosés, you're gonna see they're gonna be field strawberry or they're gonna be cranberry. And I think you could probably get field strawberry cranberry in this if you try really hard. But you know what, I do get some watermelon, and there's almost like a vanilla on it, which is a natural vanilla and a bit of like a sweet cream to it, which is not as common on rosés. Pinot Noir definitely does that. This one, I definitely think it's, you won't see a lot of rosés that put this out. Even the Pinot Noir rosés that are done in Canada, they do a lot of the times get blended with another grape just to add a little bit more of that strawberry cranberry flavor. I will hold you to that, Jeff. You don't know how expensive I am when it comes to wine. So the rosé overall is just. Thank you, Ralph. Good question. Okay, the rosé overall is just like it is a tad, I don't know, more complex. And so that's pretty cool. Rosés have three major ways of being made. So there's blending a red and a white, which is interesting. And then there's bleeding off some of the juice from making a red before it's done fermenting and on the skins. That one's more just usually done if you have too much or you've had too much juice, and it's usually done as the rosé being secondary. And then the third is when you're making the rosé specifically to be a rosé. And so what you're going to do is you're growing the grapes specifically for a rosé. They will be red grapes, and a lot of times. So what that ends up being is between 12 and 30 hours. Usually of skin contact during the beginning of the fermentation before they press off the skins, whereas like a red would be 2-3 weeks, sometimes more. Whites obviously almost never get any skin contact. Now some Pinot Gris will allow some skin contact, and that's where you'll see a Pinot Gris turn orange, which is really, really cool. You may hear about orange wines. That's one of the two ways to make orange wines. I may talk about that at some point. We'll power through it today though. But yeah, so I believe ours was, I'll double check, but I think it was actually 48 hours. So it was a full 48, which is longer than a traditional rosé would. Usually it doesn't make it to a full 2 days. So I really think that it added a little bit more of that like just elegant Pinot Noirness. Pinot Noir, I think you guys are realizing, is a grape that I'm in love with. And I just tend to fall in love with really easy. I'm gonna be honest, I hated Pinot Noir. For the first 5 years of being a wine drinker, I hated Pinot Noir. I thought it was just boring and useless. And now I think it's probably the most underrated grape and has the most, complexity as it ages, which is really, really cool. So this guy is definitely a wine that can age for a rosé, but not too long. Like I'd say a year on it, which is cool because rosés don't age. This will, a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. And I could have at least a glass of that at the end of the day. It's just so crisp that it has like a luxuriating little feel on it. Like there is a creaminess to it. And rosés don't tend to get a creaminess. There's in reds and then some of the heavier whites get something called malolactic fermentation, which is the malic acid converting to lactic acid during the fermentation process. And there's no guarantee that there was some on this, but I like to think there was. When I was talking to James, the winemaker, about the rosé, he said that he wasn't sure. He thought there might have been a little bit. They can't track, like if it's not full malolactic fermentation, they can't 100% track it. They can guess. So I think that when you get the lactic acid, it does give like a creamier mouthfeel, and on a wine like this, that's where some of the sweet cream and vanilla notes come on the nose as well. I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna switch wines. You'll notice I'm not having many sips of it because I'm actually kind of more excited for this. I love the Rosé and it's great, but I think we know, I think I've talked about this enough in the tasting room, that the Pinot Noir 2017 is absolutely scrumptious. I would like to say, I hope there are other people here. Anybody that's not, my regulars. Not that I don't love my regulars, but is there anybody else here? Please let me know where you're from and if you're here. I'd like to see if we have anybody else watching. I know there are other people that said they were going to watch today. Friends of mine, like Kelly Distracca, are you there? As I shamelessly call people out. Oh, there's Rhonda. Okay, there's our Rhonda. As everybody is waiting for Rhonda. Just saying, Rhonda. Hope you're doing good today, Rhonda. I'm butchering this today. Just should have sliced it before. This is, I think that I've used this opener a little bit too much. It's starting to get a little tough. I might need to switch out openers at some point because it is not good. And I am doing this really inelegantly. And I will clean it off the floor later, Ralph, before you wonder if I'm completely being a mess. Hey, you know what? The Meritage 2017 is fantastic too, Rhonda. So it is totally all right for you to substitute it in. As long as, you enjoy yourself and have a great night. Pop. So, Pinot Noir 2017 Reserve. I've been waiting to pour this one for you guys. This was one I poured a little bit. I poured it for a little bit as kind of just a special thing when I was in Vancouver for Vancouver Wine Fest. And it got such a good positive feedback that I then just took a bottle home after I came back and fell deeply in love with this wine. If I wasn't a fan of Pinot Noir before I moved here, I'd be a fan of Pinot Noir now. So 2 Meritage drinkers. And it's glad to hear you feel lucky, Rhonda. That makes my heart feel, real big. I love that you love the wine so much and love our winery and support us. It does feel really good to have support from you guys. So this is also 100% estates. I didn't even think about that when I was picking these 2 wines. They are from 2 separate years, but these were 100% estate grown. Yes. So in 2017 we had a very small Pinot Noir crop, and so we did make it a reserve wine that year. It won't always be 100% estate that's the reserve wine, but for Pinot Noir. But hopefully, maybe one day we'll be big enough and have enough vines that we can do reserve of everything and classic of everything and rosés and all 100% Lillooet grown, and that's I think what everybody wants, right? But as for now, we still do have to do a little bit of topping up on some things. These 2 happen to be not topped up, and that's pretty cool. I like to think that we're starting to get an expressive regional taste. Our Pinot Noir tends to be a little bit more delicate but earthier. And you notice that in the Rosé, being that it's not just cranberry and strawberry, that comes out a little bit, it's not super earthy, but it has more of a robust flavor to it. And then this Pinot Noir, I don't know if anybody does have the Pinot Noir 2017 right now. I know I saw quite a few Reddit Meritages, but this Pinot Noir has a smoky, just earthy, almost like a little bit of a mushroominess to it, which is really, that is a quality that is looked for in aged Burgundies. Oaked Pinot Noir isn't something that is is like it's either oaked or it's completely not oaked. It's something that, and when it isn't oaked, it's just very fruity, fruit forward. This reserve though is just, I think, I believe it is for, yeah, it's French oak barrels for 10 months. And it's not that it's like obnoxiously oaky, and that's, you don't want that in a Pinot Noir, and the oak is there just to frame it, like a great haircut. Oak is like a great haircut. Ross looking at me like I'm crazy. But it's not, it doesn't necessarily, it's not meant to overwhelm the wine. Like your hair shouldn't cover your face. Oak just just makes the angles shoot out. And yeah, so for this, as I said, Pinot Noir can be earthy, and this one does have an earthiness. It's been described as mushroom, as forest floor, as barnyard. You'll see the earthiness in in some of our other wines is more described as tobacco or cinnamon and spice, but this is definitely like the smell of freshly rained forest floor. And then you have a nice cherry, almost sour cherry note to the top, and a little darkness to that cherry. Not quite black cherry. And then a sip. And I needed that today. That is beautiful. I haven't been drinking very much lately because I just I sip for a living, so it is nice to have a sip at the end of the week, or two. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm starting to need a haircut too, which is why I brought it up. So I used to love getting haircuts too. Maybe I'll have to go to the hairdresser that Rolf went to. Lucky man. She just zipped it all off. He looks so cool. Like he's not gonna overheat the way I have been. Oh guys, I just want to say I'm so thankful for you. I love at the end of the week on a Friday just being able to hang out with you guys. You guys are fantastic. If anybody is having a Pinot Noir, it just is like, I don't know, it gets almost a pepperiness, which is definitely different for Pinot Noir, and an earthiness, and your cherry, and it just expands and sits there. I can still taste it, and I had my sip 45 seconds ago. That's what we call a long finish. If it has a long finish, but all you can taste is the alcohol or the acid at the end, and it just feels bitey at the end, then it's not balanced. But I can still taste the pepper and the smoke and the fruit. If I was blind tasting this wine, and my wine buddies will know what this means, I would label this outstanding. So that's it's very rare that somebody gives outstanding. That means it hits every point. And yeah, so I'm super happy to be drinking this. As we're gonna move forward, we have a little treat for you guys today. I've outsourced my cooking labor. So we're going to actually join our sous chef Devon in the kitchen as soon as we get him called and in the kitchen. And Devon will join us right away here. And once Devon joins us, he's going to talk a little bit about what it's like to be a cook and a chef. And then maybe he might show you guys something that is on the menu. Actually, not maybe, he is. He's gonna show you something that's on the menu. So Ralph, just let me know when I'm on the phone with Devon, and I will put in my headphone. Okay. Devon, can you hear me? Okay, guys. Say hi to Devon. Devon, welcome to Happy Hour with Cooper. This is exciting to have somebody else do the cooking.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. So tell us about Devon. Who's Devon? How did you end up in Fort Berens in Lillooet?
I got a call from my chef from culinary school saying that she needed some help in this wonderful kitchen down here, and here I am.
Fair. And have you been cooking for a while? Like, what is your background with food? And tell me a bit about you.
Yeah, I'm from Fort St. John, British Columbia. I did culinary schooling, and pretty much the last 10 years of my life I've been working oil patch construction. So this is kind of the first time I've been in the kitchen in a long time. So
is it a bit of a culture shock?
For sure.
Do you have a bit of culture shock when you're going back to the kitchen from construction and oil and stuff?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So when talking about like cooking and stuff, like what are some like styles of food that you find more fun to cook what brings your passion to food and cooking? What is your favorite things?
I love fine dining, man.
Okay.
Fine dining. I love like something to work towards, like white tabletop. Everyone comes in and they're wearing nice white clothes, and maybe like candlelit dinner. I love fine dining. I like coming to the table and breakfast time doing like a flambe omelets, and I like dealing with the customers. I like making things look pristine and perfect. Oh yeah, and this place has got it all, so.
That's really cool. And yeah, I do hope that we can provide you some of that I guess white glove service on some of our wine dinners and stuff, and we'll see what we can do on that. So what do you when you're cooking in our kitchen here, what are some of the styles, I guess, of cooking and like regionally and stuff that are influenced on a menu?
Well, I work underneath the executive chef here.
Yeah.
And we have kind of the set menu, and yeah, it's just kind of one-on-one. As you can see, it's just a tiny little kitchen, so nice and simple, and we bang the food out too. So.
Okay. So what's your favorite thing to cook on the menu so far?
I'd have to say my favorite dish is the salmon spatapita.
Yeah. You know what?
This is my favorite for sure.
I'm a big fan of that too. I think it's just so artfully done, and the size is perfect, and it's just so delicious. So that's really cool. Though that's not what you're going to be showing us how you cook today. What are you going to show us how to cook today?
And some polenta fries. So
tell me a little bit about them, and go for it, so I don't have to do it this week.
So you want me to show you now? Okay.
Yeah. Before you start, my mother asks, what's your specialty?
My specialty in food?
Yes, like what do you cook the best, whether you're with your chef or not?
Oh, I am a pro at roasts and steaks.
Well, that's...
Roasts and steaks, you betcha.
Okay.
I'm all over that. Barbecuing, I love barbecuing.
Well, I also love barbecuing and doing roasts and steaks, so maybe, guys, at some point we'll do a cook-off and see who makes a better roast. How do you feel about doing that with me, Devon? And then you get to eat the spoils. Okay, go for it.
Alright, so I've just got some like rosemary olive oil that I got here. So basically it's just some rosemary sprigs, just soaking in olive oil. And I just kind of coat the pan with your rosemary olive oil. And you heat it up red hot.
Okay. I can't hear him now.
And just kind of coat the pan nice and good. Get the oil nice and hot. Sometimes if you're trying to check the temperature of your oil, I'll take a little bit of water and kind of down onto the pan, and if the oil's hot enough, it'll spit back at you. The water will boil instantly and just spit. But
be careful
kind of
doing
way-
that. You can get hurt. Don't put too much water in that oil, or it'll be like a mist of hot water at you.
Do it at home anyways. Don't do it at home, but and, once these polenta fries, we just got them cut into little fries. And once that oil's hot, I just kind of take it and into the pan. You can hear the sizzle. That means the oil is warm and it's cooking. We do 5 fries per order. And it comes with a roasted pepper or roasted tomato aioli.
Which I could eat with a spoon. The fries are fantastic, but I could eat that roasted pepper or roasted tomato aioli with a spoon. It is so good, like just out of this world. Spread it on toast.
And the rosé, so the rosé goes just absolutely 100 perfect with this dish.
Yeah, are you drinking rosé? Because I've gone back to the rosé just to be in solidarity.
Yeah. So basically, these just kind of stay in the pan until they're golden brown on all 4 sides. And they get plated on a small rectangular plate with a little bit of mixed greens and with the roasted tomato pepper aioli.
Okay. Just 1 second, Rhonda. Our recipes for our kitchen have to stay a little bit secret, so you don't make them at home. Instead, you come here and visit us. I will share my personal recipes, but anything that we put on the table at the restaurant probably should be not shared. On our chef would probably stab me if I tried. So she gives Devon even a tough time about sharing her recipes on some things, right, Devon?
Yeah, I gotta like beg on my hands and knees to try and get recipes out of her. So I mean, slowly but surely we'll break the barrier and we'll get her.
I think she's worried that you'll put her out to pasture when she gives you all of her secrets.
I'm just doing a flip here. I'm just doing a flip. You can see that they're nice golden brown. That's kind of what you want, is that nice golden color.
Yeah, that's for sure. I can just hear the sizzle. Oh.
That's good. You know your oil is nice and warm. So basically, once I do my first flip, I'll go to your plating station and I'll just start plating. So
Jeff, I still have my Alberta license plate because I I'm just in the process of changing it over. Once COVID is, all done, I'll get it changed over. And yeah, I get a little bit of flack about it on a regular basis. It's definitely.
I just get the plate all organized here and
yeah.
just I use these as garnish just to spice up the plate a little bit. Kind of see, and it just kind of comes over to the pass. Waiting for the next 2 flips.
Awesome.
Flip them again. Get that nice golden brown.
I'm super excited. I can't wait. Guys, I'm going to make him bring them to me, and I'm going to eat them after we're done. So that
Where the magic happens. So, I mean, you can see it's super small in here, and once we get rolling on her, like, it's just a perpetual food going to the window, so, which is super nice, because that's all you need is a nice small kitchen.
I think you guys did a superb job. We actually were fairly busy today, and like you guys did fantastic. There weren't any real hiccups. It's wonderful to see that we're kind of starting to be a well-oiled machine, and the food is just looking so great. I'm a big fan of everything, but highlights, guys, are these fries. That's salmon spanakopita, and then they do this ravioli that they bake, and it gets a little crispy and delicious, and
a hit item. So originally we were making it homemade raviolis, and we kind of shied away from boiling them because they kind of were collecting a little bit too much water, and we're getting a little bit of moisture on the plate. So we moved away from the boiling the pasta and moved into baking it. So it makes it a little bit crunchy, and you get like the sweet and saltiness from the olive oil too.
And so good. The guys, you all need to come visit and have some ravioli, have some salmon spanakopita, as the Greeks say, or spanakopita, as us Westerners say. And well, honestly, just you know what? Bring 4 people, have everything on the menu. That's the best way. Just think you should order. I think 4 people can eat everything on the menu. That's 5 entrees, 4 appetizers, a salad, a couple soups. You can polish that off. Just make sure you wear your Thanksgiving pants, as we say. So Rhonda and Jeff, who are 2 of our big regulars, both say that they just think the plate looks gorgeous, Devon. So we've got, and my mother, obviously, she's always a regular on this. She says that she can't wait to come visit. She's excited to try your cooking. I think that's great, because that means I won't have to cook for her the entire time she's here, which usually last time you cooked for me before you get mad at me. But yeah, so...
Yeah, that's your finished product. This is our rosemary polenta fries with roasted tomato pepper aioli.
I can't see it, because that's how this works, but I hope, as I know, it looks gorgeous. Everybody's telling me it looks gorgeous. I can't wait to see it after we're done filming.
I'll bring it in there. Can I bring it in there?
Okay. Yeah.
I'll come to you.
Okay. Awesome. So our intrepid chef is on his way to drop off some food for me. Maybe he'll wave at the camera. We'll do a COVID social distancing wave. So we're still trying to keep trying to keep 6 feet from each other. We're doing as good as we can, guys. Okay, guys. Look at this.
Rosemary polenta fries.
And look, we're in the same place. Okay, thanks, Devon.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. I'm not gonna eat on camera though, because I don't do that, but it tastes like scrumptious. It smells. I'm gonna be a fat kid. Later. Okay, guys. I'm so nose palate. Now just try that nose palate. Okay, it smells a bit nutty and rose. Definitely some rosemary. Ooh, and then once you dip it, it has a little bit of acidity on the finish. That's wonderfully balanced. A little bit of sweetness from the polenta, herbal, savory. Yeah, okay. I ate a piece on camera. Oh yeah, that's great. I've been waiting for that all day. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. When does our sale end? Monday. So tune in, or pay attention online. Our sale ends Monday, our 11th anniversary sale. So everybody, please, take advantage of that while it lasts. And then the tasting room and patio are now open. As I said last week, tasting room is open 10 to 6 every day. Patio is open 12 to 4 Thursday through Monday. So that means our patio is not open Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Again, that's for now. And Paul and Shelly are coming here on the 1st. Okay, that's awesome. Anyways, as I get distracted, sorry guys. So yeah, the sale ends the 11th, and we are open for business now. We are following social distancing rules. We will have our kind of guidelines on the website. I believe Jackie and I were, Jackie's going to put up today or tomorrow. I'll have to get in touch with her about that, make sure it's going up. And then, yeah, so we're just, we do have limits on posted around. If you guys are going to make reservations for the patio, just know that we can't have more than 6 people to a table. So if you have more than 6 people, it has to be at separate tables. And our tables are 4 people a table, so we put 2 together to make a table for 6. So it can get tricky, but we will do it. Just please give us enough notice so we can make sure that we have enough tables free for you guys when you want to do reservations of more than 6. Yeah, and so I'm super excited to see you guys. The sale ends June 1st. I thought you said Paul was coming June 1st. I was super excited for that. I was like, 3 days. Yeah. So as I've said every week, please remember to like and subscribe below. Share to your friends on Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. Share the link everywhere. And come on down and try the plenty fries for yourself, because oh my god. Have you tried them yet, Jazine? Okay, Jazine's gonna have a fry after and she's gonna die. Okay guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. And yeah, thanks for making me feel like family.